Game Stream Hustle, monetizing your game stream, presented by Gamefiili, where we talk tips and strategies to help you monetize your game stream and turn your pay time into playtime. Whew, I think I got it. I think that was it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, in this podcast, and we will be turning this into an actual interview type podcast where you'll see companies and stuff like that want you to help them grow, and they're willing to help you grow along the way too. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, Gamefiili helps you monetize your stream. It is a company that I've put together. My name's Rick, and I've put it together to help you monetize your stream. I spent about 15 years doing stuff online. Probably the last 8 years have been dedicated to affiliate marketing and learning how that works. And I started my first entrepreneur endeavor when I was 11. So I've pretty much done business stuff for myself my whole life. I've had probably a few jobs, none of them more than a few months at a time. I've never been one to been able to work for someone else. I've always tried to figure out how to make my own money my own way, right? Now, during those 8 years of learning how to do affiliate marketing and how to make money online, basically, and do the things I love to do and make money, right? During those years of learning all that, I came upon this idea through my daughter. She wanted to be a game streamer just like you. She was trying really hard to get there, and she'd been streaming pretty consecutively for a few years when she ran into the dilemma of she still couldn't get followers. Now, the reason why is you had a whole bunch of people streaming and not enough people watching, right? Now, as the platforms began to build out, and obviously gaming has a future. You know, we started out with Twitch as a platform, and then YouTube had one, and then now Facebook has one, and now people are on TikTok. And even a few weeks ago, Elon Musk put a tweet out that said, if I promise to pay YouTube gamers more than YouTube is paying you, will you come and game on Twitter? Which means that in the future, Twitter could be a platform that you need to be looking at, be there first, right? Twitter could be a platform that you rocket on through game streaming. Now, a lot of you do use your Twitter to build your audience and all, and there's a whole lot of those follow, retweet stuff, and they'll help you grow and all. There's a lot of those, and real growth doesn't come from that. You're going to get some growth, but it's not going to be the audience you're looking for. Remember, Gamefiili, we teach you how to curate an audience, how to get the people that love the things you love and want to hang out like with you because the type of person you are fits them. And then we've got more of a clubhouse kind of community, right? Like we've got a community where we got a sign up that says, you know, no trolls allowed, right? No haters allowed. And the haters and the trolls go away, and we get the people who love the stuff we love, and we have a great community we can talk to and have fun with, right? So instead of doing it, going out there and just liking and sharing stuff on places like Twitter, try building a curated audience. You know, we don't want to help you build warm bodies that'll never show up, right? Got to give it a second, make sure I didn't just mute right there. We don't want to build warm bodies that never show up, right? You want an audience that shows up, participates, plays around, buys stuff, donates, you know, stuff like that, right? That's what we're all about. Now, if you're here, you probably know how to stream. If you don't, there's plenty of companies and plenty of videos out there that'll teach you how to stream. Okay? The streaming part is pretty easy. It's the part where you got to learn how to make money from it. How do I monetize it? How do I play my game, go live life, and come back and there's money in my bank account? How do I do that, right? And that's why you're at Gamefiili, okay? And if you're just joining us and you've got a friend that's struggling and you want to help them out because you love them, then tell them about Gamefiili also. Share us, because it doesn't just help me. You know, the gamers tend to be some of the biggest hypocrites because, and no offense, because you will ask people to share your shit, but you're not willing to share other people's shit. Okay, if you see something, whether you like it or not, you should share it, because your cousin, brother, friend, whoever might actually like it, might actually benefit from it, whether you do or not. Okay? And if you're one that sits around saying, oh, I wish I could make money doing something else other than going to work every day, or I wish I could make money playing this game, if you've ever sat there and you're like, man, I'm really good at this game, I bet I can make money if I played the game for money, and you're here, then the universe put you here. If you have found me, I'm a firm believer that if you found me, you needed me, you asked for me, and the universe somehow put you in front of me. The great and powerful owl. And if you don't know who owl is, you haven't been in my classes long enough. Owl is the great and powerful algorithm that is on every platform, and every algorithm is different. Okay, saying that Twitch's algorithm and Facebook algorithms the same is like going back to the Greek gods and saying that Zeus and Ares was the same, right? They're not the same. So Twitch, the owl of Twitch, is different than the owl of Facebook. And depending on where you go and where your audience wants to go, is where they pretty much worship at that owl, right? If you don't do what that owl wants, then you're going to get punished and you're never going to see any followers. If you do what this owl tells you to do, and you basically worship at the feet of this owl by posting and engaging and whatever it is that that platform tells you have to do, then you get rewarded from the owl and it grow you an audience. Same thing over at Facebook. And let me tell you what, Facebook has things that they let you do that Twitch won't let you do. Hold on one second. We got to make sure that that catches up. Every time this thing goes, it takes away 5 seconds of my video time. So apologize for that. Making sure we're caught up. Now, so each algorithm is different, kind of like the Greek or Egyptian or whoever gods, right? They're all the same, but different. Okay, we all have to attend whichever one we want to work with, and then we have to give it what it wants for it to give us what we want. We have to make sacrifices, right, in order to get what we want. Now, if you're at Twitch and you're trying to grow, and you're at Facebook, or you're multi-streaming like we talked about before, where you're on every network at one time, and there's platforms out there, softwares out there that'll help you do that, right? So if you're multi-streaming to all these different areas, you need to know each one of them's algorithm and how it works. You need to pay attention to how it works, okay? Now, going back to what I was talking about. Whenever you go, sorry, tech support, we're good? Okay. Whenever we talk about growth, there's 2 types of growth. And in today's class, that's what we're talking about, Stream Growth 101. Okay, I digress from telling you about Gamefiili and what we're trying to do. Hopefully you understand that we're just here to help gamers, right? Now, we're talking about stream growth. Everybody needs a good an audience, right? But we don't want just an audience. We talked about a curated audience. Getting people that love the things we love and like the things we like, so that we have people to talk to that aren't haters and don't have to diss on whatever we like, right? Don't yuck our yum, right? A great way to do that is to go out and find people, find streamers that you enjoy and engage with them and their audience. It's not really taken from their audience. It's giving their audience options, right? And their audience may come join you. The streamer may even come join you because they respect you and what you're trying to build. You're not just trying to game. You're trying to build a community that you can eventually prosper from, right? Now, some other things that you can do outside of organic growth. Now, a lot of organic growth is dead to streamers, and here's why. First, when you come out, you don't have anybody that knows you, and you're going to try to build an audience, and you may get 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people, right? And it takes a long time to build that audience. Okay, this because you have so much competition. But did you know that the average entrepreneur or the average business has a lot of competition too? How many brands of diapers are there? For all of you out there that might have kids or know somebody with a kid, or you've been to the store and you've seen the aisle of diapers, how many different brands of diapers are there? Are there enough brands that you can't even name them all? Sure there are. I can't name them all. I might can name 3 or 4, right? Best. But The reason I say that is because every brand is prosperous. Every brand makes money because every brand has an audience that it caters to, right? And people love each brand based on one thing. Some people like this brand because its character may be a Disney thing, right? Because its character's got Disney stuff on it. Some people like this one because it's, friendly to dolphins. We don't know. Some people like this one for it helps this orphanage. We don't know. But each person has their reason for liking that brand. Just like with gamers, people come in and they find the brand or the gamer that they like and they stick with them. Okay? But here's what happened to the gaming industry. And I'm gonna give y'all some wisdom of what happened to the gaming industry and how it could crash and go away forever. You ready? So many people jumped in excited about it, and then there were really shit people there. You understand? The audience came. The audience showed up. We went through that C thing we don't talk about because we may get banned for talking about the pandemic thing. But we all went through that, and we all sat at home and had nothing better to do but watch Netflix and Twitch, right? So Twitch got a huge audience, and when that huge audience showed up, the gamers that they were watching that were below the caliber of like Stone Mountain, Nick Merckx, these gamers out there that are doing it the right way, right? They're not misrepresenting companies. They're not putting maybe immoral or abrasive things out. They're doing it the right way. They're trying to make sure that their audience is happy and they don't offend anybody and they just want to have fun playing the game and make some money, right? There were those out there, and thank you so much for being there. But as this audience came, they didn't know about those gamers. They were just jumping on Twitch and they were looking at different things and they were finding that there wasn't that much to watch. So they went and found something else. Or I could only watch this gamer so long. And then there weren't that many gamers to go watch. And the gamers there were to go watch, they really weren't gaming. They'd already given up on the audience. If you guys would have participated during that C thing and you would have tried to grow your audience then, you would have seen an audience growth. But again, that audience went back to work. Therefore, you would have seen a decline in your audience. What we work on is building an audience that's going to show up every Thursday when you go live. Every Thursday. Okay? If you go live 5 days a week, the chances of your audience showing up is pretty rare. Because how many people have the time to show up every day of the week? Right? Not only that, how many people have the time to watch you and their favorite TV show that comes on the same night? Because guess what? If you're live on Sunday, you have competition Sunday. If you're live on Saturday, you have competition for Saturday. They want to go watch something entertaining. But they also want to support you. The best way to do that is to shorten your stream to where you're not streaming every day of the week. And if you are streaming every day of the week to build an audience, that's great. Just remind everybody that your main event is this time every week. Okay? So you can have short streams, a couple hours here and there. But remind everybody that your main event is Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Join me for my main event. And you'll have a whole bunch of people jump on for that. Okay, especially if you can find a time slot where you might not have so much competition with stuff that airs on TV that people may watch. Okay, like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. There's people that'll jump on 7 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. There's nothing to watch. Okay, matter of fact, the reason we go live between 1 and 3 every day is because we discovered that as far as the just chatting and being able to talk to you, that was the peak time for the most people during the day. I mean, literally all day long, it's around 3 to 400,000, but between 1:30 and 2:30, it jumps up to 600,000. That's 200,000 extra people that I could potentially touch your life and change it in a way that helps you better monetize your stream and fulfill your dreams that way. Okay, that's why I do it at between 1 and 3, because I get to be in front of potentially more people and help more people. Okay, if you study your game on Twitch and find out what time of day. You go hour by hour and just look at it and see how many people are watching and write it down. And over the course of a couple of days, you will begin to notice that your game has a certain time of day where it's peak, where there's the most people watching. We call this prime time. Okay, you may have heard of it. TV stations used to use it, and they'd say our ads cost the most during prime time. The reason it was prime time is this is when we were done bathing the kids, we were done eating supper, we were done with our homework, we were done with our chores, and we could sit down and we could watch TV. And this was between 8 and 10 o'clock. Prime time. This is when everybody's done with everything, had nothing better to do. Now we've got phones, internet, stuff like that. People are all over the place. But it's still prime time because it's when we're pretty much shutting down. Okay? So find out what your game's prime time is. Okay? Then, once you find out what time that is, try to go live during that time for a few weeks to a few months just to see how it works out. Don't do it for a day or two. It's probably not going to catch up to you. Because remember, with the great and powerful algorithm, you're going to have to put in the work first. Okay? And then you'll start getting the reward. Okay? So we talked about organic growth and a way for you to get some growth just this week. If you start doing the research and seeing what time your game is at peak out prime time, you should start increasing your viewership just through that, right? Because you have an increase of chances of people joining you. More people means it increases the chances of one of them joining you. Now, I'm not saying they're going to, but this is a great way to change and increase the chances of you getting more people, right? Okay? Now, another way that we talk about all the time is because there are so many people doing it now, so many people that are trying it, you run into a lot of competition. And the only way to really beat out competition is through being able to spend a little bit of money on your advertising. And I know what you're thinking, but I don't have any money for advertising. And that's crazy. Because even someone with the smallest of jobs maybe can afford $1 a day. Now, what I mean is, if you're going out and you're buying a soda or a pack of crackers or a candy bar or whatever during the day, if you will give up that thing during the day, you don't need a soda, drink some water. If you will give up that thing during the day, you will be able to afford to grow. Simple as that. Give up something. We call it sacrificing, and I actually call it sacrificing under correct knowledge. Sucks. But you're going to sacrifice either way. You either want that candy bar or that soda, or you want new followers. Okay, now let me put it into perspective for you. The candy bar and the soda are going to not do anything for you, really. Quench your thirst, give you diabetes. Okay, but getting those 3 to 5 new followers gives you potential donators and people who may buy your merch and follow you into an amazing community and bring people with them. That dollar is now worth more over here than it is for that soda or that snack, right? So put perspective in place, and things are going to suck. It either sucks that you don't have followers and you really want to fulfill your dreams, or it sucks that you don't have a soda because you're paying for followers. But at least if it sucks because you don't have a soda because you're paying for followers, it sucks with a purpose. You're doing it for the right reasons, right? So now we're sacrificing under correct knowledge. Okay? That is all mine, original. I love it. I think it's going to go somewhere. You guys tell me what you think. You know, I think of Thanos in the Marvel movies and how he threw Gamora off the cliff, and I was so proud of him, and people were like, that is awful, Rick. He killed his daughter. But I understood that he loved her so much that he knew that was the thing he had to sacrifice in order to save everything else. In his mind, remember, that's what he was doing. He was saving everything else. So he committed this sacrifice, which sucked. But he did it with the knowledge of knowing that he's going to gain something amazing on the other side that he needed to fix everything. Okay? So even though it sucks that it's hot and you really want that soda, you're going to take that dollar and you're going to give it to Facebook, and you're going to boost it the way I'm about to show you, and you're going to get 3 to 5 new followers off of that dollar. Now imagine if you could do that every day for 30 days. That means that you've spent $30. $30. You probably lost a little bit of weight because you ain't on the sodas. You drank some water. Skin probably looks better because it's clearing up. But at the same time, you now have anywhere from 90 to 150 new followers. Curated. That means they like the shit you like. Okay, so see how it did suck that you didn't have that soda. Okay, but because it sucked under correct knowledge, you got something out of it, right? Okay, now gamers, the next step in this is to go do the work, right? So this is going to take you about 5 minutes. You ready? You need to write down what I'm about to tell you because I don't give it away for free in the Gamefiili Academy. Okay, I don't give it away for free. You have to pay to get in the academy and get exactly what I'm fixing to tell you is one of the bonuses, and this is a growth tip. You ready? Okay, now it's not everything in the academy, but it is a piece that's very vital to how you grow. What I want you to do is I want you to go get a funny game clip. And if you don't have one, go get one that's either amusing or one where you completely fail, like epic fail. Okay? I want you to get one of these two. Not an amazing win, not an amazing, you took out 4 guys, none of that. I want you to either get me something that's ridiculously funny, like you threw a grenade, it bounced off and killed yourself or something, or you jumped off the cliff the wrong way and straddled a fence, or you see where I'm going? Something funny, or an epic fail, like you tell me in the video this is what I'm trying to do and then show me how it failed epically. Okay? If you'll do that, post it. Now listen, I know a lot of you don't get on Facebook. I'm about to give you some gold. Go to Facebook and post it. When you post it, I want you to find the little thing that says boost this post. Okay? And I want you to click on boost this post. Now don't do it right now. I want you to write this down. First do a funny post or an epic fail. Then post it to Facebook. Okay? Now you can post it to every network you want to. If you have a few dollars, more than $1, you could go to TikTok and grow your audience the same way. I think they start at $5. Okay, but they do give you some pretty good growth for that, some likes and follows. Okay, so this isn't just restricted to one platform. If you have a platform you love and you want to grow on that platform, all you've got to do is be willing to post something and then ask them to boost that post, to promote that post. Okay, and then go through the process of promoting that post. Now, when you promote that post on Facebook, I know, and maybe TikTok, but on Facebook, I know they have a section that says your audience, your target audience. You want to select the age group you want in your community. If you don't mind older people, younger people, whatever, you want to set an age group that you're comfortable with hanging out and talking with and growing with, right? So first thing it asks you is your age group. Then it asks you whether or not you want to go after a gender, okay? If you want male, female, whatever. And you can select, if you're uncomfortable around a bunch of guys, then that's okay. You can build a community of just people that aren't guys, right? So, or vice versa, whatever your community is as far as the gender goes. Now, if you don't care either way, leave it both, right? Now, below that, you'll see something that says interests. What this is things that you want people to be interested in that they send your ad to. So if you went on there and you typed in whatever game it is you play, make sure you put that there because you want them interested in that game. That's what you're doing, right? So you want that in there. Then you might want to put things like a few things that you're interested in that you want to build your audience in. That's not just your game. And if you have more than one game, you can do that too. But remember, we're trying to build a curated audience now. So post the game that you play, then select and interest that game, right? Then you might select your favorite chips. Then you might select your favorite place to eat or get a delivery from, maybe Grubhub or whoever delivers to you. You may select interested in that. You may select interested in water sports or hockey or football or psychedelics or art or whatever your thing that you like, go through and put as many as you can think of. Remember the other day in one of our other videos, I told you to write this down and make a list of things you were interested in so that you could do exactly this. So now things you're interested in, that tells this platform, whichever one you're on, that you want to only find people interested in that. Beautiful. Right now we're building an audience of people that like the same things we like, right? So once you get all that filled out, you go down to how much you want to spend a day, and I suggest $1 just to see how it works. But if you're brave and you got money and you want to throw some money at your ads and you want to see it grow fast, put $10 on it and watch what happens. Put $100 on it. Watch what happens. When tax time comes, put a couple $100 on it and watch what happens. You will wake up in a few days. If you set it to, I'm going to give you $100 for 1 day. I want you to run the ad for 1 day. Then when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to have so many followers and it's going to be ridiculous. Because, trust me, the platform has enough people to send them to you. No matter what platform you're on. They have enough people to send you hundreds of thousands of people overnight. Overnight. You go viral overnight. Okay? But to go viral overnight, you got to have a little bit of a budget to get that platform to tell all their people on their platform, as many as you can afford to tell. Okay? So if Facebook has 4 billion people on it and you want to go viral, then if you've got $4 billion, they will tell everybody. Everybody. Okay, now it wouldn't cost that much. It's way less than that. They charge $1 for 3 to 5, right? So $1,000 would get you like 3,000 to 5,000 followers overnight, right? And let me tell you, most of these platforms don't take your money if they don't fulfill the promise. So like in Facebook's case, if you gave them $1,000 and they said, we're going to, and select followers. There is an actual thing where you can select what you're looking for. I want new followers. And if you have a gamer page on Facebook especially, you can select new followers, okay? If not, you can select likes to your post. But this is how it works. If you selected new followers and they got you 3 to 5 new followers, now it's not likes to post, you get way more than that for your money. But just new followers, $1, 3 to 5. If you put up $1,000, that means, and you said, Facebook, I'm giving you $1,000. I want my 3 to 5 new followers and I want them all by tomorrow. Okay? Facebook's going to go to work and they're going to send out ads to so many people in those interests, in those targets you told them to, that they're going to get you between 3 and 5,000 people by tomorrow. Now, what happens if you've got 3 to 5,000 people that's liking your crab and all of a sudden sharing it? Now, those 3 to 5,000 have a couple hundred to a couple thousand friends each, and they start looking and seeing you. This is viral. Okay, because they tell their friends, hey, check out this new gamer I just found. And if you only had 10% of your 5,000 tell their friends to check out this new gamer, that's 500 people with 2 to 3,000 friends each telling their friends to check you out. That's like a 15,000 potential for free that you didn't pay for that might come see you. And that's just 10%. Okay, amazing, right? Or 1,500, sorry, I said 15,000. That's like an extra 1,500 people for free, right? But that's still 1,500 new followers potentially that you didn't pay for. Now, what if they each tell somebody about it, right? See how it works? So viral growth comes, but you got to know how to get the process started. You know, you walk up to the top of a mountain and you expect to see a snowball, nothing's going to happen, right? But what if you took a little bitty pebble and dropped it on the edge of the mountain? What happens? That pebble begins to roll, and then all of a sudden it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And then at the bottom, it's so big, right? Now, if you could take a pebble, which is, we're going to represent $1, and you're going to take that pebble and you're going to drop it in the mountain of Facebook, it's going to roll down and it's going to get you so many people collected to it, right? Now, what if you had a boulder? Okay, so some of you've got the budget to do this. What if you had a boulder and you could drop that boulder down there? Do you think that snowball is going to be bigger at the other end? Hell yeah, right? So the bigger your drop in the bucket, the bigger the outcome on the other end whenever it comes to these social media platforms. Okay, and think about it like this: if they make their money through people paying for ads and all, do you think they may reward you after a couple of months of seeing that you're going to be there to pay them for ads? You think they may start giving you a push, an extra push? Maybe you look more like you're partnered with them instead of just using them. You're helping them out too. Remember, you got to worship at the altar of whichever one you want to worship at. If you multi-stream and you worship at all of them, remember you got to show all of them love, and they'll show you the love back. Gamers, I appreciate your time today. It has been about 30 minutes, I guess, so we're going to cut it a little bit short. I've been trying to go for an hour, but I really can't think of what to say to you that I can't tell you tomorrow's video, right? So tomorrow we're going to be learning something else about monetizing your stream. It won't be growth. I'm probably going to go back and show you how you can monetize your stream, cut your stream time in half, which means you don't have to be playing the game as much unless you just want to. And have a life outside of streaming and build a great community and make money and all of that with half the effort. Okay? Gamers, thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Have a super fantastic day.